There you are. I hope. Just one sec, please, while I make sure that everything is working fine. Multi-streaming on a few different platforms, and I'm not sure if they're all working yet. So meditation's coming. Just bear with me. Hi, Marnie. Okay. Oh, looks lovely. Great. How are you? Are you well? Everything going good? It's all right if it's not, but I hope it is. Right, chance to meditate together. This isn't a class. This is part of the further emergence work I do. So if you're an experienced... I'll explain what further emergence is after we're finished, the meditation. If you're an experienced meditator, that's brilliant. Can you just hang on for a minute, though, while I explain what I do, just for the benefit of people who are new to meditation? Because meditation is funny in that people feel slightly embarrassed if they don't know how to do it. I know that sounds crazy, but that's the feedback I get. It's almost like it's so much in talked about, and it's around and about, and people just feel like there's something wrong if we don't know how to do it. Because they message me and go, "What do you actually do?" So this is what I do. There's lots of different styles of meditation, but this is just what I do. For me, it starts with why I would meditate. I'm trying to connect with the part of me that I connect to every night when I'm asleep. Not the dreaming bit, the bit after dreaming. So I'm dreaming, and then I drop out the bottom of dreaming into deep dreamless sleep. And when I'm there, I've got no thoughts, I have no body, I've got no stories, I've got no house, country, all the usual stuff. I don't even have me, because I sort of cease to exist, certainly in the way that I normally register my existence. So that sounds awful. I mean, that sounds like death. Yet, I love going to sleep. And when I wake up in the morning, I feel refreshed. So some part of me knows that that is a good place that I go to. And that's where I want to go to in my meditation. So straight away, if you're new to meditation, don't try this lying down. Because if you do, you'll fall asleep. Or if you don't fall asleep, you'll battle sleep. Both of which are kind of counter to what we're aiming for here. So sit up. You don't have to sit in a lotus position or anything like that. I'm just sitting in a chair. So just sit in a chair if you want, unless you're comfortable in a lotus position, in which case go for it. If you're sitting in a chair, though, don't sit in a super comfy armchair that because you'll just fall asleep. Or you'll run the risk of falling asleep in it again. So as I said, my mind can't get to this place for some reason. So I have to figure out a way to sort of work with my mind, to sort of part the curtains of my mind so I can get into this place. So what I do is I just make an arrangement with my mind. I just say, can you just stop thinking for the next 15 minutes because I want to meditate. And at this stage, my mind is on board for the whole thing. So it's like, yep, great. I've done this enough times, fine. So that's good. Having your mind on board is very helpful. So the first time you meditate, your mind will be on board because it's a new thing, and my mind likes new things. But if you want to have a practice of meditation and 10, 20 times into it, your mind is like, this is so boring, then you might need to give your mind the sort of things that it likes. Your mind likes ideas, concepts, thoughts. So, watch some YouTube videos, read some books about meditation, give your mind something that it likes, and then it'll be on board. So, I've got my mind on board, that's good. Then I want to stop thinking, which is actually easier than, you would think. Because regardless of what I'm thinking about, the structure of my thought is always the same. It's always pictures and sound. So if I turn off the pictures and I turn off the sound, that's it, I'm not thinking. And as soon as I do that, I'm into the practice of meditation. Now, the practice of meditation runs parallel with the intention of meditation. So my intention is to go to this deep, mysterious, profound, still, calm, all the words that are used to describe meditation, Zen-like. That's my intention, to go to that place. And then the practice of meditation starts as soon as I stop thinking. And it kind of goes, I stop thinking, I turn off the pictures, I turn off the sound. Then a little bit of time passes and I discover I'm thinking again. And I go, oh, I'm thinking again. Turn off the pictures, turn off the sound, bring myself back to not thinking. Then some more time passes, I discover I'm thinking again. So, oh, I'm thinking again. Turn off the pictures, turn off the sound, bring myself back to not thinking. Then some more time passes and I discover I'm thinking again. I'm thinking, and so on. That's it. That's the practice of meditation. Every time I discover I'm thinking, I bring myself back to not thinking. And I sort of highlight that distinction, particularly if you're new to meditation, because it's quite easy to get the misconception that to meditate, your mind is like a lake and there shouldn't be a ripple of thought, which isn't the case at all. The two go together, the intention and the practice, you know. Sometimes I'll be very deep and still, and then other times I'll be discovering that I'm thinking. And both are powerful. It's powerful when you're in that very deep, still place, but it's also powerful when I discover that I'm thinking. It's just a bit more subtle, because what will happen is I'll be thinking about something, and it's usually related to me in some way. So I'll be thinking, what am I going to do about that thing? What did that person say that thing to me? You know, and so on. Now, if I'm in the middle of meditation, I'm having that thought, and then I go, oh, I'm thinking, or I'm meditating, great, turn off the pictures, turn off the sound, I stop that thought. Indirectly, what I'm saying to myself is, you know that thought you just had, the one that you thought was you and you were it, well, you just made that disappear. So you're not that thought, you're not any of your thoughts, you're something else. So that's pretty profound and powerful. And then the fact that you do that repeatedly, that's very powerful as well. So there's no set right way or number of times you should be thinking or anything like that. So don't add to your thinking by thinking that you're thinking too much or anything like that. It changes hour to hour, day to day. The main thing is, whenever you discover you're thinking, you bring yourself back to not thinking. If you do that, you'll be going great. Now, while all that's going on, I'm also letting go of tension in my body. And I have a system for that because it's too vague when I close my eyes to not have a symptom. So I'm scanning my body from my head down to my feet, back up again very slowly, very gently. And anywhere I find tension, I let it go. And I use my out breath to let it go, because it's natural to just breathe it away. But then it's also a good way to become a little bit more conscious of my breathing, because it's quite easy to hold your breath in meditation or to stop breathing altogether. So using the out breath to let the tension go is a good way of just keeping your breath up in your consciousness. And then the other thing I do when I'm scanning my body is I'm paying particular attention to any of the structures in my body that go transverse or across my body. Mostly my body runs head to toe longitudinally. Anywhere that goes across acts a little bit like a log going across a stream. It picks up more like the leaves and the twigs and the branches, except in my body it's tension. So I'm paying particular attention to my eyes, my jaw, my tongue, base of my neck, my shoulder girdle, and just with the shoulder girdle, if you find your shoulders are a bit tight and you can't let them go and you're breathing away and nothing's happening, sometimes with structures, if you tighten them up and then you let them go, you'll break it and then they can relax. I'm also looking at my joints because they're all transverse as well. So shoulders, elbows, wrists, fingers, my heart area, my respiratory diaphragm, all my intestines, my pelvic floor, my hips, my knees, my ankles, and my toes. If you're new to meditation, nice quiet room is really helpful, because as soon as you close your eyes, your hearing amplifies, and one of the things that triggers thoughts is noises, big or little. So the quieter the room, the best chance you have. You're giving your mind the best chance to not think. So another thing I do to help my mind not think is I set a timer for how long I'm going to meditate for. So I'm going to set my timer for 15 minutes. But if you're new, I'd encourage you to set yours for shorter. Like set it for 5 minutes and then repeat that 3 times. Because 15 minutes is a long time if you're not used to it. Okay, quick check for questions. Or no? No, good. Okay. Let's get the timer going. Okay, off we go into the mystery. Okay, if you feel like you've gone very deeply inside and you feel like you need to come back from there, then take your time before you open your eyes. Or if you feel like you can hold the inner space and the outer space at the same time, then you can just open your eyes. If you do, when you do that, you feel like you've lost the inner space, then you can just close your eyes again, reconnect. Oh yeah, there it is. Open your eyes again. Oh no, lost it again. Close your eyes. So you can use your eyes like a valve to equalize and be able to hold the inner space and the outer space. So as I said, these daily meditations that I do, they're part of the further emergence work. Further emergence is to do with growth, inner growth in consciousness, I suppose. Your body grows like when you're a kid and then you become an adult and it kind of stops. Well, you keep growing on the inside. And just like your body would have gone through maybe periods of accelerated growth, growth spurts, the same can happen on the inside. And there's quite a lot of it going on at the moment. But it's a naturally occurring thing, but it can be misidentified because it's quite disturbing and can be quite disorienting, and it can manifest in lots of different ways. You can get physical symptoms. That's kind of one way. Nothing serious, nothing life-threatening. It can be life-threatening, but mostly not. And it's like, it's put the pause on your life. That's one of the kind of characteristics of it. It's almost like you're trying to get your attention with these symptoms. Another way it can be very isolating. You can go from one day, everyone understands you and you understand everyone gets you, you get everybody, to the next day, no one gets you and no one understands what you're talking about. They think maybe you're a bit nutty and you don't relate to them, they don't relate to you, and you can feel quite isolated with that. It's been described to me as, I woke up one day and my life just didn't fit anymore, or I didn't fit in my life, or I couldn't recognize myself in my life. That's another way it can show. You can feel stuck. That's another way. Just a feeling of like knowing that there's something going on and feeling stuck. Or a feeling of acceleration, like things are changing very fast on the inside. So they would all kind of come under that umbrella of further emergence. Do these meditations every day or most days, because it helps. The more you are familiar with your inner space, the more it'll help you in this process of kind of inner growth spurt. Then I do a Zoom group every Friday. And that's a chance to sort of see other people and go, oh, okay, I'm not the only one here. I'm not the only one going through this. Hear other people, what other people have to say. There's questions and answers, a bit more in depth on meditation. And then I see people one-on-one. Today is like one of the days I see people one-on-one. So that's a combination of talking, which is like in front of the scenes kind of work, and then I do behind the scenes work as well, distance behind the scenes work, which involves pretty deep meditation on my part. So today I've been pretty much meditating for the whole day. So yeah, if that resonates with you, then follow along on the different channels: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Look, you search for Further Emergence, you'll find it. Or you can go to the website, furtheremergence.com, have a more in-depth read of it. Okay, so thanks very much for meditating with me, and see you tomorrow for some more meditation. Bye.